three people waiting.
There we go. What is good, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? This is J Knock. We are live right now. We are about to go into a boxing wish list with my boy Paul here. Paul, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, man?
How's it going, everybody? Everybody that's from the Fight Night forums or they're into boxing, they should know me from over the years because I've been doing this for a long time since Knockout Kings.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So what's your background like? Other than what have you been doing with that scene?
all right. So I used to make wish lists, and I was very adamant about having a sim realistic boxing game. That was my whole thing. So on the IGM forums, I used to always post wish lists, or I try to get other people to join in to create wish lists for the companies could look at them and see what fans want. Because my thing was, we all get together and we create something that's uniform for a company to look at, they'll look at it. So while I was on the forums, someone from the EA community, he was a administrator for EA. He saw me and he told me, why should I be on IGN forum when I could come and be on the EA forums? And they working on the fight night. At the time, they're working on Knockout Kings. That's when
Yeah.
what's his name? The guy used to have the beard and the glasses. That I
Mm,
and I used to always get in with him because I was so passionate, and I hate that I forgot his name, but yeah, the Knockout Kings. I was very passionate, just like on the tail end of the Knockout Kings. So then they started doing the Fight Night series. So then I became a moderator. Then I became a senior moderator. So as I was looking at the forums, I started seeing people with great ideas. So I start pulling them in and say, "Yo, we could build something great," because I already got the producers and the administrators. I got their eye. So maybe they'll put things in the game that we really want instead of just letting us put random stuff up on the forum. So I start building up this thing. Well, it's a couple of guys we call the Wishlist Mafia,
okay.
and that basically caught the devs' attention. Even though they wanted me to change it from the Mafia, they didn't like the Mafia thing because it seemed
Mm,
like I was bullying them. But I know what I was doing. If it catch your attention, that means you paying attention to us. So we kept going on with that for years and years, and so I was as a moderator, I was struggling with EA because EA wanted me to say things that they wanted me to say, but me, I couldn't do that to the fans because I know what I want out of a boxing game, and I know what's realistic in a boxing game. Because they kept feeding fans, if it's in the game, it's in the game. If it's in,
yeah, yeah. That their old slogan.
yeah, and I'm like, that's not what boxing is. And me, I used to contact a lot of boxers and a lot of different people. And even boxers like, well, it don't really represent boxing. I want our game to be like how Madden is, how NBA Live was at the time when NBA Live was doing their thing. They wanted it like that. And then, I used to tell that to the devs and stuff, but their thing was they wanted to do what they wanted to do. So we
Right.
start
They want to take
clashing.
it the casual.
Yeah, that was their whole thing, casual. But then eh, um, NBA 2K starts showing them that if you make a realistic game or make it close to the sport, you're gonna pull the casuals in anyway.
Well, not just NBA. It first started with the NFL 2K series,
Yeah,
and then EA ended up getting the license for the NFL, which messed up the
to
2K for being the NFL series.
yeah, they that's what their thing was. If we get rid of the competition, we don't have to go to their standards. We can stay within our standards.
Right, right.
And I always say no, because they wanted me to be a moderator for NBA Live. I said nah, y'all trying to make it casual game friendly. I mean casual fan friendly, and that didn't sit too well with me. So I said no, I'll stick to Fight Night, trying to make it better. Y'all finally, I'll try to wear y'all down and make y'all listen to what I really want at some point because the fans start getting mad. I remember everything that I was telling EA, it came to fruition because I said fans gonna start dropping off. The actual boxing fans, they're gonna stop buying the game because you keep promising them every year you're gonna give them realism, and you keep pushing that it's a sim and it's realistic, and that's not what it was. You try to
No, it wasn't.
because their thing is they're trying to have a sweet spot with the game, and it's hard to have a sweet spot. Even the devs said it. It's hard to make a sweet spot with a game that you could make it sim and for the casual fan. And
Right.
and my thing was if you give people sliders, they can alter the game the way they want to, and it'll fit them the way they want.
Well, see, another thing. I mean, jumping forward,
Hmm.
what people don't understand is like NBA 2K.
Hmm.
We have the NBA 2K that we get, that me, you, everybody else can buy, and then there is um, there's another build for the actual like tournament that they have, and their build is separate from the actual game that we get.
Hmm.
What's that shit? Hold on. You're tunneled? I don't understand what that means, Shin. I think it's that echo. But with the fighting game, what they what they ended up doing was they went the whole route of just strictly that casual boxing, like kind of like the Mortal Kombat's, and they took the sim out of it.
I agree.
And that's one thing. Like I got the site here pulled up. If you wanted to, since you are the creator of this, um, where would you like to start?
Well, the whole list was a collective thing. Let me say the guys
Okay,
that actually
I got right here at the bottom. Special thanks to
yeah.
Poe. That's you.
Then I got Indigo 72. He used to
Uh
be a
huh.
moderator. I got him on as a moderator. Rainmaker, I got him on as a moderator. Then Papanosis, he's deep within the creation modes. He loves the creation modes. Kenny Edge shot 72. Mac Moon, Omega, PR guy used to be a podcaster with me. Country Boy, he loves him sometime to Duke Morrison. And Well Love. And it's actually more than that, but these the main contributors to this wish list. I had a whole lot of things that I put up there. But let me see, we're gonna start from well, because I think Well Love put this. He like actually, I gave him the list and he put it together in a neater form.
Okay.
So the top wishes he said that the company should focus on is more creative boxer options. And then he's talking about lobbies, improving gameplay. Now these three right here we can focus on right now. The more creative box options, to me, when it comes to gaming companies, they kind of scared of that because if they have characters they want to sell you, like certain boxes they want to sell you, and you could create it to them. Why give you something? Give you something that you can make a boxer with the same way they making it. They giving you something. But then my argument was most fans they always want things that the company creates because they feel that the company does it a little better than a creation option will give you.
Sometimes you know what? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes like those key marquee fighters, let's take Fight Night round 3. That was the first one with Tyson, right?
Mm.
No, was that 4?
No, it was 4 because I went to the
It was
community
4.
thing with it. Yeah, it was 4.
Okay. When they first came out with Tyson, they focused on that because Tyson ain't been on a boxing game in I don't know how many years, since the 80s. And they focused on that, and they made him better than what other people could make.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's a lot of people that make solid boxers in the creative fighter.
Yeah, because with that Tyson, it was good, but then there were things that was missing. Like I'm always about the aesthetics about certain things that you can make a fan go ooh and ah. Like I used to
Right.
say about Tyson, I said, Dad, why they don't got Tyson signature neck roll? Why they don't got Tyson rocking back and forth? Little things like that. That's what make 2K what 2K is, because they give that little things.
I don't think I don't think they dialed in Tyson the way they should have.
Exactly.
Like like you think about Tyson, just that old video where Tyson is hitting the bag, and the speed and the velocity that he had, like that was nuts. They didn't capture that in the game, and that I think that's due because they didn't have proper mocap with Tyson.
Exactly. You're right. And a lot of fans, this another thing I wanted to touch on. People always saying, "Oh, they make Tyson overpowered. They can't get Tyson certain things because he's Tyson. Tyson got losses. There's ways to beat
Mm-hmm.
Tyson. If you a thinker or whatever, you will know that there's ways to beat Tyson. Fans, they got this idea that you got to dumb everything down for it to be competitive. That's not always true. If a company put things in correctly, you're able to beat any boxer. Or even if you got a boxer like, let's say, Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis was a person that he'd grab you and lean on you.
Right.
That was a great way to beat Tyson. You
Mm-hmm.
wear his legs down.
And that's what happened.
Exactly.
And then you got Holyfield.
Yeah, he had to
You
walk
know,
Tyson backwards and stuff. He grabbed
yeah.
Tyson and walked him backwards. Even though it's an older version of Tyson, but still, they knew Tyson was still dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, Tyson's still dangerous to this day.
Yes, exactly.
You know, I mean, there's no doubt about that. But there's ways to beat every boxer. It's just a
Exactly.
matter of figuring it out. And in a boxing game, that's what a true sim would bring.
Yes.
And it seems that a lot of these companies are not bringing sim, actual simulation. They're bringing a arcade with like 1% of simulation.
Exactly. And that was a big argument in the community too. Very big argument.
Now, you were touching on like, okay, realistic corners. I'm just jumping down to actually let's start at two here. So you got more creative boxer options,
Yeah, we touched on that. With the more
right?
creative boxing options, that's basically with the tendencies and everything, and almost an unlimited amount of slots. Like cut. If you can't get boxes, let fans be able to create boxes. You know, like
Right.
the big argument that's going with companies. Every company that I talk to, they be like, "Oh, we can't get boxes to fill in the missing slots." Like if you want every weight class that existed, we can't fill in all them slots. I said, well, this give us the weight classes and let us fill it in. Because to
Well,
them, they time
okay.
everything to online. Everybody don't play online. Give the people offline options, or give people that have a lobby that want to play them, give them that option.
Okay, here's the thing. They don't have to fill every slot. Now, if they made a generic character,
Mm-hmm.
let's say Speedy Two Hands, it doesn't have to be like a Manny Pacquiao. It can be a generic name, but have that style of that Manny Pacquiao.
Yes, and I've seen companies do stuff like that.
Yeah, they've done it, and if they do that, it will fill the roster out, and then give people the options to create boxers
Or edit the
and to make
boxes
a
that they
fully
put in.
right. I mean, me and you were on agreements on that one.
Yes.
I mean, that one, I can't agree. I can't disagree with nothing with that one. Creative option is very important. They did that with Fight Night, fighting shares, like where you can share and download the boxer.
Yeah, and that's like the new they got to now going forward with every company. They actually got to do that now because that's what fans want. Be able to share
Right.
share their creations.
I mean, there's all kinds of. They did Rocky, Drago, Clumper Lane, all kinds of like what he got, and they made that a standard at that point.
Yeah.
And any game that's missing that is going to miss the mark. I feel. I don't know how you feel about that. If they left that out, well, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with what you said. It makes sense.
Now, you got the lobbies here. Well, explain the lobbies a little bit more.
See, the lobbies is basically like you can set up in the old games like the fight night round threes and back when they introduced the lobbies and whatever. So it could be like gyms. Like I could have my own gym set up online or whatever, and fans. I mean, people could join in and say, well, we could spar, or yeah, we could spar and we could set up fights from the lobbies. Or we fight amongst each other, or we could fight against other people that have their gyms or lobbies. And I think that's a great idea. Or how do you see that?
So that would kind of tie into the watch mode almost
Almost, yeah,
in,
yeah,
in so many ways because you can, like I'm reading here, you can see the weakness and the strengths of that fighter. So I mean, I think that's a good idea, but the problem I see with it from the game design aspect is how they would implement that to where it doesn't take you out of the game.
oh, okay,
And I
okay,
mean, and what I mean is like if there's so much time building, some people just want to get in and fight. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
I mean that's that's something that a team would have to figure out is how they would keep the game play cycle going.
Yeah, because
And,
people have been expressing the gyms for a while, so I guess a lot of people feel that that's a way for them to like have their own meeting place, have their own little like setup, so you know they could spar. I ain't even know from me not really playing online that much. I didn't even know sparring was a concept in the Knockout King series. I mean the Fight Night series.
was sparring in there?
I don't.
I, I
I'm
don't.
far
I don't
as you
think it
being able
was.
to spar with somebody. I didn't know that. But I guess fans made up their own way of sparring. But like, come on, cause I've been watching videos. They be like, yeah, I'm sparring with this player and we're sparring. I guess they set up a match, but it's not really for a title or anything.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, because I was about to say it wasn't actually in the game, but okay, they figured out how to do it.
Yeah, they did it themselves. But which to me is a good idea. You could go to other people's gyms to spar to gain something. You know,
In
style
essence, it
wise.
should be a NBA 2K My Park,
Yes, basically. Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
where there's a number of rings set up, and you can either spectate that or like who got next kind of thing, like a basketball game, and then you guys can jump in the ring, spar, have a 4 rounder or 6 rounder, something like that. That's actually a decent idea.
Uh,
And then that can also tie into the watch modes also.
yeah. When you get to watch one, I'm gonna show you what I really mean by the watch mode. Um, Improved gameplay. This is
Right.
huge. That's huge right here. This idea, like, it's basically what we was talking about. Realism. You got to get boxed, and this is something that a lot of people keep saying. The casual fans, and I've been watching on a certain person board. They don't care about the realism of because each fighter needs to stand out from other fighters.
Right.
So, let's say you have a Roy Jones. Roy Jones gonna fight different than another fighter in his weight class that doesn't have the same style.
Mm-hmm.
Because you should
See,
have,
that was my problem with
yeah,
Fight Night. Roy Jones is my favorite boxer of all time, and Roy Jones didn't feel like Roy Jones. He felt,
stiff.
yeah, stiff. There was not the movement there. Uh, his move, like the only thing that they had right about Roy Jones was his straight. That's the only thing they had right about him. In Fight Night Champion in Fight Night 4, round 4, is his straight because he would throw it and he would pull it back a certain way.
Yeah, like it's like a jerking move. It
Yeah.
didn't look fluent enough.
That's the only thing that they had right about it, but everything else, it felt like every other boxer.
Yeah, and footwork that's like yo, every boxer footwork didn't stand out. There's no the footwork didn't even like matter in the game.
Everybody moved the same.
Yes. And,
No matter how what style you were picking, they all had the same movements except Ali.
yeah. And he felt and with Ali it seemed like they was using the old Ali movement. How he was like
Mm-hmm.
real slow, not really even when he on his toes, like real slow. And that's something I talked about a lot too. like if you got a boxer in the game and he has like basically two or three versions of himself, let him exist within the game. Like Ali, give us the young Ali, give us the old
The
Ali.
Cassius.
Yeah, the Cassius Clay. Even when he became, the younger Muhammad Ali, he was still, dancing around, doing what he do. But when he came back from his hiatus from the draft, he was like more like slow on his feet, grabbing you more, throwing punches. He wasn't like real light on the feet no more. So that's
Right.
what fans should be able to experience that.
Now you were saying, I kind of cut you off when you were talking about, you said you seen on another board
Oh yeah,
how people were saying,
yeah, like they were okay with boxer movements and stuff like that, and I don't think that's right because if you don't if you don't speak on something that's wrong, it's gonna continue to be the same way. You should be able to tell
this,
a person that's not fluent enough or something like that. You're getting like, well, maybe it's not fluent enough. They see what we giving them, and it's not really what they were giving them. We gotta correct that.
see that's where I stand on things too, is because if you are continuing to buy whatever this is all the time, they're never going to improve. They're never going to change what they're doing because they already know that they're going to drop that $20 to $60 on that game, and that's the problem. You'll never get innovation, and that's why a lot of games like Madden, even right now, Madden 20, that game is so broken. The animations are bad, all this stuff. Um, Sony is actually giving refunds back to people because of the way it was, the bad design.
Yeah, and that comes from people just accepting and they praising. Oh yeah, this look good and that look good, but then when you get in your hand and you really play for a while, then it's too late. Cause let a company, if they give you something early or whatever, and they show you something, be critical. My thing is you can never be too critical of a product because all you doing is making them fix it because you're the consumer. You have that option to let them know I'm spending my money with you, so you gotta fix what I want.
But I'm not going to try to make it about anything else. But then you have the pushback of saying you don't have that right. You don't have that right to feel this way.
Yeah, that's
Here's a
that's how.
product.
But you see when I hear that companies fail to realize kids are not playing video games. They think little 8, 9, and 10-year olds are playing video games. They fail to realize that the generation that was playing not Mike Tyson Punch Out and Pong and all that, we're grown men.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was just talking about that.
so we're not going to accept everything. We're going to be critical. We're not little kids anymore. We're critical. Yeah, we still gaming. The when it comes to sports game, it's more adults playing sports games than kids, and we're going to be critical.
And the reason that is because a lot of the sports are, in a way, I wouldn't say completely dying, but they are dying off because you have kids playing Fortnite making $3 million in a tournament. So why are they going to jump into that sport when they can get $3 million from a Fortnite? So the appeal of some sports are kind of losing in certain ways.
Yeah. See, what my thing is, they don't strike the iron when it's hot. They don't do things while it's hot. Boxing is the money is there for boxing. Boxing is a fighting game. A lot of even casual players they see a boxing game as a fighting game. No matter how strategic it is, it's still a fighting game.
I don't think I don't think boxing. See, it shouldn't be a game that's next to Street Fighter.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Like, yeah, you can build tournaments around it, but it shouldn't feel like it shouldn't be built like a Street Fighter. And if that's who you have building a game, you're gonna have an arcade game.
Exactly. Because to me, I'm like esports is if you make a good boxing game, esports will be like ideal for a boxing game,
Mm-hmm.
and it could build a popularity of boxing. See, all this a boxing game, if you do the right things to it, it'll build a popularity up. And this is my pitch to boxers and their promoters and managers. I'm saying a boxing game is what you need. It builds up your portfolio and it builds up boxers fan base. You know, it makes it
We'll see.
good for boxers and boxing.
Well, see, this is the thing too. If you have that, okay, let's take a page of Madden. All right, you got these esports for Madden, and some of these players are playing Madden. The actual NFL players
Hmm.
are playing Madden, and then you got a a kid that's representing, let's say, the Jacksonville Jags. They're gonna go meet that said player that's they want to promote. They meet and they play a game. That's great advertisement for the boxer and the esport.
Exactly. It really is.
And I lay this on the head of the people that are developing a game. And this is me talking.
Hmm.
I If you do these things right, you're gonna get not only the hardcore boxing fan, you're gonna get the casuals, and you're gonna get the actual named fighters on your side. And
And
it could be a good business if done right.
exactly, because a lot of these boxers have fans. They have thousands, millions of fans. So if you could get these boxers on your side, wow, the money that pull it could pull in.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree anymore.
Right. So let's move down to improve legacy.
All right.
Legacy, basically, I don't like that EA changed career mode into legacy. It could be career mode and you could build your legacy within the career mode. They shouldn't have changed the
How so?
name. See, it's like you fighting, like suppose you want to have a legacy like let's say a Sugar Ray Robertson, and you have all these fights, and you fighting every contender, or you fighting every champion, and you got the belt so many times. That's building the legacy. You didn't duck anybody, or if you lost a fight, you came back and won that fight. That's a great legacy. Now, if that is implemented in a game like far as career mode and stuff, it's so much that you could do with a legacy. I don't like that EA they made that story mode. I think they should have held off on the story mode because to me that took too many resources, and that was said by the whole community. Like, why are you making a story mode? It's taking too many resources. You paying actors. They paid all them actors. I mean,
Right.
I think 4 or 5 actors. They paid them. So you paying these actors all that sum of money when you could have gave that to more boxers, and you can make a deep career mode instead of a story mode. Everything was lacking because of that.
So you're saying they should have a story mode?
Not, I didn't think with that game because that was like basically new, and it's like when they did that game, they was like it, and I know how they wanted to do it. They wanted to be for every boxer. No, the producers thought that they was gonna do another game after that one before the CEOs pushed them onto the UFC. They thought they was gonna take that idea and use it for individual boxers was able to have stories, which
See, but the problem is that with that mode that they had, and which they don't see, is that that has an ending. That story mode has a start, a middle, and an end.
yeah,
After that, you're not going to pay the actors to keep on going and going and going and going. See, I'm going to put a review for 2K20, but just a little sneak peek with that. The problem is with career mode is they put all these actors, Idris Elba, Mav, LeBron, all these people, and at the end, you finish, and you don't see none of those people anymore.
yeah. Like now, what you don't
Yeah,
did
it's
all
like,
that,
what are you? What happened to that whole story?
and I don't
And
know if
that's,
they was gonna build on that some type of way that it could keep going on, but
I personally think it should be a straight, like kind of like the goat mode or the like I think it's called the goat mode in UFC 3, where you're building like your legacy. Not no other story mode. It's just you create a boxer, and that's your story. If
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, that does make sense.
Like there's no paid actors, or you can have little cameos for people. There's no problem with that. But a full fledged like Hollywood script, nobody wants that.
No, that's wasted money.
Nobody wants a fleshed out Hollywood script for a boxing game. I want to be, me personally, and you can fill in after, like you can say your part. I want to live my life of how I would do it if I was a boxer in that career mode, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Like I could like start from the beginning. Like I fought amateur. How many ever fights I wanted to fight as amateur. Try to
Right.
make it to the Olympics. I won the
Gives you
Olympics.
the, gives you that option. Okay, do you wanna what path do you want to take?
Yes,
Do you want to skip? Do you want to start boxing when you're 20, like a Deontay Wilder, 26 or something when he started,
yes,
or do you want to be a Lomachenko and have this crazy amateur background and then fight for the title 1 to 2 fights in? That's a proper career mode
yeah.
in my
That
eyes.
to me that's like wow. That's a wild career move.
Or you can go the Roy Jones route, where you did the amateurs and then you went to the Olympics and then you try to do the medals and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
or and then you can go back and try to get another medal.
Yeah,
You
like it
know
shouldn't be
that
no limit on how long you want to until like it's a certain age you stay into the Olympics. You could go all the way into like let's say you start in your amateur career like 12 or 13
right.
if that's what they give you. So you got to be 16 to be in the Olympics, 16 to 17. So
Hmm.
you go to the Olympics because it's every 4 years. So you go to the Olympics as many times as you can to see can you get as many medals as you can, and
Right.
then at a certain age you be like, all right, I'm going to fight pro with and
Hmm.
see if it's no wear and tear, see how good you do, fighting certain fights.
I think that would be a solid like legacy mode,
Yes,
or my career. I think that would be forget the scripts. Get the scripts out of there.
uh,
Nobody wants that.
exactly. It's waste of dollars, it's waste of money, and people
Yeah.
keep asking
You
for
can
it, but it's a waste of money.
have cameos like a Mike Tyson coming in, doing a little sit down with you or whatever, or something of that nature. But it's your boxer. It's not this Andre Bishop that you like. Did you care about Andre Bishop?
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like nobody cared about that.
no,
Like if I'm playing a game, I want to be, and they have a creative player. I want it to be me.
exactly.
So I mean that's how I feel on that.
Yeah.
And I think we went over the watch mode a little bit. Did you want to
Yeah,
get
I
in
want I
detail with
want to
that?
talk about the watch mode like spectator mode. It's basically
Okay.
we talked about it. Like you have your friends. They see you fight. Like say you set up a fight with somebody, the fight for one of the belts or whatever, and your friends will be able to watch you. You could watch fights from whatever, or you could just watch fights in general. Because this, to me, spectator mode could be for online or offline. Like, suppose in the world, in the boxing world, there's fights going on. Because you might have Deontay Wilder fighting now, and somebody else fighting at the same time.
Right.
You should be able to spectate that mode if you want to. That option. I've seen that in games. NFL 2K had that. Like you could spectate different games that happened. You could watch the
Hmm.
games that was going on.
But I think that was 2K5.
Yes,
I think that was 2K5 when they had the. It was tied in with ESPN.
yes.
Yeah.
That's another thing I wanted to do. That's what they need. That some type of studio that they could actually talk about fights and stuff. That's good for presentation. That's the oohs and ahs.
Kind of like how they had Chris Berman,
Yes,
or
exactly,
how they have Shaq Kenny and Ernie Johnson
exactly.
for NBA. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's like cause how they have Andre Ward and Tim Bradley when they be discussing things, that'd be great. Or you have like in England you got their commentators always talking.
What's his name? Yeah, older guy.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name.
I know
Or
who you're talking about.
or you can have
Skybox. Is it Skybox?
yeah, is this guy about or you can have the YouTubers
Boxing
like
Nation.
you got a Radio Raheem or Boxing Eagle,
Mike
these
Height.
guys.
Ellie Setback. Yeah, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you.
Yeah, you have stuff like that. That's the oohs and ahs.
I like that.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move to recording whole fights. That's something that was put out there, but that's so long ago. I don't know if that even a thing right now because you can record stuff on your PlayStation and Xbox by yourself. But they're talking about, if I have a fight, let me be able to record it.
See, that's supposed to be a feature of the Hard Knock Nights.
Hmm. And I wonder where they got the idea from. Mm.
Hmm. Could it be this boxing wish list?
Yup. Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. If you look at the UFC games, and I got this personally from EA, they say a lot of the ideas from the wish list, they implement little things from the wish list into the UFC game. I said, don't be using our wish list for no UFC game.
I mean, the stuff is out there, and I feel these both companies, the ones that I know of, I think there's a third one. I don't know what's going on
It's actually,
with all that.
yeah, it's 3 to 4 companies that I know, but the fourth one, which I could say is Project Boxing. He confirmed with me that he's still making a boxing game, but
See,
he's not
I
trying
like
to.
that.
What'd you say?
I like how the basis of that game is so far,
Yeah,
from what I've seen. I do like that. What were you saying? He
it,
confirmed what?
that he's not trying to get names in his game, and he realized that if he have a good game, later on he could get the boxers. Later
Okay.
on, people will be attracted to his product, which was something that I put out there a long time ago. I said, you know, you don't need boxers to make a boxing game be, successful. It's the gameplay, and that's what
Right.
he's
And then,
working on. Gameplay.
but okay, to step back away from this list for a second. What's gameplay to you?
Gameplay is like everything that you see in boxing, like the realism, the punches, the movement, you got trainers, you got different trainers with their different, stuff like that. The referee just giving you the whole ambience of boxing. That's gameplay to me.
Okay, so the boxer's movements, the animations, their punches, their combos, their tendencies, their mindset.
Yes.
Though that's gameplay to you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So having those a solid foundation of those things with no names, that will be, in your opinion, a solid boxing game
Yes.
rather than having the names.
Yes, because to if you got a good game, then the potential gonna be there for fans. Fans gonna buy the game. Like, Dad, this is a good game. They'll start wanting your game to have the Deontay Wilders and whatever. So they're gonna start, and this is what I always tell fans: aggravate your favorite boxer, cause he gonna
Real
be
talk.
like, you keep asking them to be in the game. He's gonna be like, Dad, all these people want me to be in the game. Maybe I should be in the game. And I already said how companies could do it so that they could get boxers and it don't break their bank. You know, that's what
Right.
DLC is a great. I don't want to put it out there because some companies
Yeah,
might
yeah, yeah.
be doing it, but yeah, it's ways you could get boxers that don't break your bank. But you get a good foundation. You know, give people creative players so they could edit the box they want to. Then the next year when you make the game, now you open the door for you to have great boxers. Boxers gonna want to be in your game. They might even invest in your game.
True. Now, before we got on that, okay, I'm looking at this. Okay, if I remember, see what the certain fighters. Now, I'm just looking at the watch mode. Is that going to be, or would that be something that you could also see trainers' tendencies and stuff?
Yes, I think that can fit in it. But you know, the watch mode
Okay.
basically is you could you know, fights happening. You can see like, well, let's study this boxer, let's study his style. Even if it's an online fighter fighting somebody else. Well, all right, I know how such and such fights. Now let me work on these things with my fighter that so when I do match up against him, I know how he fights all the time. And I actually see people do this when they spar. They say, yeah, I forget the guy's name, but such and such fight this way, so I want you to fight like this. So when I fight, you know, when I spar you or whatever, I'm ready to fight them, and that actually work for
Right.
people.
Okay. Okay. That's I like that. That's understandable.
Yeah, because boxing have a whole lot of communities. Video gaming in general have communities within communities, and
Yeah.
this is the thing that I always try to tell people. A lot of people they don't listen to me, but then you got people that listen to me because I'm saying, I say you got the sim community, you got the casual community, you have the creator community, not the creator box, because you actually have people that don't even play Fight Night or play a game, but they enjoy making characters.
Yeah.
And I know,
I've said this that the boxing community is fractured
mm,
because they have personalities that they follow because they like what they do or like what they say, and they just are. That's who they follow, and that creates that tribe mentality,
yes,
and that's what makes that fracture. And if there was one place, which there would probably some bickering here and there, but all in all, there should be a place where everybody gets down, where everybody can
talk out
hash
their
all these things out.
differences.
Right.
You know, it's all right to talk out your difference, but to accept, that's something that I don't like. Don't accept nothing based on because you like enjoy the person or whatever. If you disagree, disagree.
Right. We if you disagree with somebody, you can still like what they do,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that's my thing. It's like I'm gonna disagree with a lot of things, but I respect and is okay with what you're doing. But I can also lose respect the same way for that person to buy what they do and what they say.
Exactly.
But we jump back. We were on the fight recording.
Yeah. So these next two, I'm gonna make them quick because that little part right there, we went through a whole almost an hour.
Yeah.
So I'm editing boxing. That spoke for itself. 'Cause we basically talked about that.
Right.
You know, you just be able.
Online on just offline.
Yeah, because it could be online too, but offline that was the online guys that most of the guys on this list, a lot of them online guys. They said nah, because they didn't want people to be online, make their boxers super
100s.
this and that. But to me, still, if it be 100 and and the mechanism and the gameplay there, you still gonna be able to beat them because it's all
Yeah.
about stamina and
Styles.
and fatigue. And that's my idea right there. I should have patented that muscle fatigue. EA tried to put it in, but they didn't put it in effectively or the way that it should have been. Cause I said, it should be body fatigue in the boxing game, because if you throw your punches so much, you're gonna get tired, especially if that's not what your boxer is, trained for. Now,
right.
if he
I,
trained to throw punches at a certain extent, or he's not an old school boxer, because the old school boxers they threw a decent amount of punches, but they didn't. You know, it's little consistency. I mean, little things that they did for them to be able to do certain things.
yeah, there should be I seen further down where you're talking about muscle lactate and all that.
Yes,
And that should be, it shouldn't be an attribute. It should be more of a soft skill that's a chain reaction because you're throwing too many punches. It should be something that you get into, like put points into. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like it should be more of something that's in the background. That okay, this is what happens because I'm throwing 500 punches around or 1,000 punches around or something. You know, keeping this outrageous pace when, like you were saying, you're not trained to keep that pace.
exactly.
All right, you said removing the glue effect from
Yeah,
inside fighting.
and I'm pretty sure everybody hated that because it seemed like when you get inside, like you get sucked. Because I think that's how they figure to make it an inside fight. Like you suck it in, like they try. Because to me, EA try to make you fight a certain style. And from me talking to the to producers, I mean the devs, they they like slugfest. They love Joe
Oh, that
Frazier.
was apparent.
They
That was
love Joe
apparent
Frazier.
from the Knockout Kings.
Yes.
That was a mode. Slugfest was a mode in those Knockout King games
And my
where that's
thing
all you
is
did.
let a boxer box or let a slugger slug. If he gets you in a position that you he can fight inside, you gotta make him earn it. Make a boxer earn fighting inside. If he gets you against the ropes, he able to fight you inside. If you able to get close enough to him, which I seen when I went to the community event, I seen them have one boxer, he gets so close to you that the other boxer can't throw punches correctly.
Yeah.
And that I was like, yo, this what I'm talking about right here. But they changed it.
See, that's why I like that Project Boxing
Yeah, I saw a lot of potential in that game.
is because you can get on the inside, and the way that he built it with the physics, like if you're like let's say an Ali type of guy, where you're keeping that jab, that distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
With that Project Boxing, you could he would smother your jab, like because I seen him get really close, and you can't get that jab off,
And
and that's what I liked
yeah, and
about
mind
that
you,
game.
he wasn't using mocap.
Right, right. And see, there's a thing like you can program a game, animate a game, and program it right to where that can be effective. And then you can take the shortcuts and you can get a representative of what we've seen recently. But that Project Boxing, I do like how it was programmed and the animations were actually done hand animated. But let's go ahead and move forward real quick. Let's realistic corners.
Yes. Um. Yeah, and this a huge thing, and this something I put out there. You should be able to choose from a pool of trainers. They all have their own special tendencies, and and each corner have like if you give them certain tendencies, that makes the corner realistic. Some corners gonna panic. Some corners gonna tell you you got to be more aggressive, and they could add a point or take a point away from certain attributes that you have. So,
That's,
what do you think?
I mean, that ties into the stoppages and all that other stuff too.
Yes, because your corner may
Because
panic.
yeah, I just watched a video. It was the craziest stoppages. I'll send you a link later on it.
Uh,
But there was a fight. Can't remember who it was. It was in England. Guy throws a towel in. The corner throws a towel in. The ref grabs the towel and throws it out. And that guy's corner, he was getting the guy that they threw the towel in. He ended up dropping the other guy
wow.
because they panicked. They were panicking like, oh, he's getting hurt. We need to stop the fight. And then the shit turned around.
Yeah.
And
And
he ends up
that's
winning the
oohs
fight.
and ahs things. That's the oohs and ahs of certain things.
Yeah. Um, Boxer personalities. I
That
think that kind of speaks for itself.
exactly. Improve AI. That kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah,
That,
and then it says there, see tendencies. There's a section in here about tendencies here. Um, TKOs and stoppages. I think that's a that like that's like that should be in the game. Like
yeah,
that
I'm
shouldn't
like,
even be a question.
why did they stop putting TKOs and stop just standing 8 counts? I'm like, come on now. And to me, you should if you want, it should be an optional thing. Especially if you plan online, it should be you and the other guy should agree to it. If you want TKOs or whatever, y'all agree to the rules. And to me, that makes for a good game. Y'all able to agree on certain rules and regulations to y'all game.
Kind of like bringing in contract negotiations.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm jumping down. I'm just looking through these things. Stoppage, unanswered punches. That should be definitely in there. Uh, Blocking on the move. Like
Oh,
you shouldn't
oh,
be
you on
putting
the
it.
tendencies.
No, I'm just moving down. Like the gameplay
Oh, okay. Let me see. Let me see.
where it says ref breaks up, clinches,
Oh, okay. Okay, I see you.
pool of refs, judges, trainers. You touched on that. Like I think that would be dope. Like you have a Mills Lane, Joe Cortez. You know what I'm saying? Those guys in those as refs.
Exactly.
You know, we got what's my man's Steve what's his name? Super animated.
Oh, dad. Dad, I forget his name because Showbiz always talking about him.
Yes, Steve Willis.
Yeah, Willis.
Steve Willis, man. You know, have those guys in there. I think that would bring
Yeah,
that liveliness to the thing.
and especially if you give people the option to create these guys that you can't, judges, referees, or trainers that's not in the game, because you could create Steve Willis or whatever. If he don't want to be in the game, you create his
I think he would want to be in the game.
yeah. But from my feelings of seeing thing, I think him and another game company got something going on. So I'm not sure
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. But my
But I mean, you can put in a Mills Lane. You know, like how he was because he's rest in peace. He's no longer with us,
yes,
but he was like a solid rep. I think that would be a good idea.
yeah.
Physicality.
No, you
I
forgot
said
stop
this.
due to too many unanswered punches. That's
Yeah,
something that they took out, which I they need to put back in the game.
they had that in Knockout Kings.
Yeah, and I think that was it after that.
Yeah, they didn't have it in anything else because I'm still playing. You seen me playing round no 2004 Fight Night 2004, which I think that was like a solid sim. Like there was a lot of stuff that should have been built off of that game.
Yeah, we used to say that too. Cause even in career mode, I could create a whole I think I created like 25 people and they were fighting in the career mode and I seen them moving up in the rankings and stuff. Like, oh look at my guy Bill. He moving up in
Yeah,
the rankings in that weight class. And that's the
that.
stuff that people like.
Mm-hmm. Um, and there was something that you had on this. I don't know where exactly where it was. I'll go back up, but it was talking about calendars,
Oh yeah.
actual fight calendars. Like you can't, like you can have 6 fights a year, but it's gonna wear and tear on your body.
And it depends on how you won your fight. You know,
Yeah.
like if I knock somebody out in the first round or the second round, and there really wasn't no wear and tear on me, I should be able to. If in every fight that I fight, they're like close to knockouts and no me really taking damage. I should be able to fight as much as I want within that year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
That's how
had that.
Tyson was doing.
Hell yeah. Okay, and then we go back to physicality.
Yeah.
Punches. I talked, and we kind of touched on it right now.
Mm.
But I said something about the trailer that we seen for the Dark Knight. Punches didn't seem like
They had weight to them.
no weight to him at all. And I mean, who hits a bag like that?
The bag should have been. It feel like it looked like a pinata. Like you was hitting the piano with a stick and it wasn't like bending in or nothing. That's the
Yeah,
stuff a real fan of sports or whatever or boxing. You want to see impact.
yeah. I just want to see like a heavy bag. You you ain't gonna swing it like that.
No,
And that's what like Fight Night 2004. They had some training modes, but the bag was like swinging so much, and that wasn't realistic. But they should be toned down properly. I feel weight boxers should have more weight on their punches. Uh, and it should be based on how that fighter is tall, how you're saying tall, heavier.
yeah.
Those things affect the punches.
And they had that in the
I
game where you lean on a boxer. Even they had that in what's this game? Victorious Boxers. If you lean on a
yeah,
guy or hold a guy, you can wear him down. You see his stamina meter going down. I think the Knockout King series had that. You wear I'm a fighter down.
I think it affects you if you're holding on, but it didn't affect them, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, yeah. No, you know what game that was? It was actually going. I think the first series of the Fight Night series. I
Yeah,
think you hold on to the guy and you were getting tired, and which didn't make
yeah.
no sense. I used to complain about like it don't make no sense unless you moving around. Like if you actually wrestling with the guy, yeah, both of y'all should lose something. But if you leaning on a guy, you should be taking wear on his legs and you wearing them down. You making them tired.
I I think that it should be all those things should be in factored
Yes.
and factored in. Uh, One thing I want to look, I want to get more detail. Spaghetti legs.
Oh yeah. They had that in an fight night series. Then they took it out. I'm like, yo, you hit a guy, he fall down and get back up, and his legs be wobbling. He like be walking like a duck. Then he fall back down.
That's what I liked about Project Boxing.
Yeah. I'm like, why they take things all like that? These the things that people look at. The presentation. Cause we used to always tell them, look at knockouts, and you
Like,
know
okay, okay. What about the Zab Costa Zoo? Like,
exactly. That was basically spaghetti legs.
right.
His
And
legs stiffened up
I want
some.
that in the game.
Exactly. I'm like, why do you do
Okay.
something good and then you take it out? It didn't make no sense.
And I hope, I really do hope that regardless of what I've said about certain games, I hope they are listening. I take some of these things. We want a better game.
Yes.
We want a solid boxing game. You know, and people see my things as I'm hating. I don't have nothing nice to say. I just want a good product. It's my
Exactly.
money, right?
Yup. That's just how I be. I feel a lot of people like, oh man, you want too much, you ask for too much, you nitpicking. I'm a boxing fan first before anything. I want
Yep.
boxing. Even the guys that's on my the Whistlers Mafia, a lot of them say, why should we have to say something? Your foot is in the door. You represent all the boxing fans. If a company don't listen to you, something's wrong. They say if they're not listening to you, you might as well just step away because it's nothing that we can say. Cause my thing is, I contact all. I'm saying, yo, my foot is in the door a little bit. It's like, oh, we good now. I say that's not always the case when it comes to companies.
Yeah, true, true. And see that's the thing is like I like I said, I want a just like everybody else, a solid boxing game. I'd rather do without than sacrifice.
Yeah,
I'd rather go back and play Fight Night 2004, Fight Night Round 2,
you you you
because
you just like me, and this is a story I never told anybody. I didn't buy Fight Night Champion. And it's like,
I bought
what?
it.
For one, I felt some type of way because EA didn't get all the stuff that I did for EA. They never gave me a game. They never gave me games for. They paid for my trip to Canada, and everything. But the community loved what I was doing for them. Y'all didn't give me a game.
Yeah,
Even
it should have been
they
like
even put
mandatory.
something in the game. One of my friends said was a homage to me. A poetic ending or something in the game. I didn't even see that because I didn't play the game.
I think that you know just because it's a boxing game, just because like I'd rather play the old games if it's the way a boxing game should be, even if it's lacking things. But if you're saying, oh, you're entitled, you don't deserve these things, I'm not gonna mess with you.
Yeah,
I'm
they
not gonna
don't
get that
deserve your
game.
money.
And just and this is the problem is all these boxing fans are starved.
And I like that you said that because that's what EA did, and that was a term that I used when they start talking about the UFC. Once they start talking about UFC, I said, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna starve. They're gonna
I know
starve the
that.
boxing fans into being UFC fans, and they're gonna
I knew
want the
that.
game.
I I knew that when they first did the what do you call it? I'm like the first UFC game. I'm like, oh, this is the death.
Yup, I said it immediately. I wish
This is the
the
death of boxing game.
yup. Then Westcom board, board said that they got to make certain amount of games for them. I said I really know it's over
Hmm.
because that's competition. A boxing game is competition in UFC, and what makes it so bad, the UFC game didn't sell better than their worst Knockout King game.
Hmm. And you know, I'm overcritical because I want a good product, and it's my money.
Mm-hmm. And you
You
should
know,
be.
I'm not the one. I'm not the one putting my resources to make the game, but somebody else is. And it said it's for the community. When you're saying the opposite, it's not for me then.
And my thing is, I hold them up to this what they say. When you
Yeah.
say sim and realistic, you got to do sim and realistic. Don't give me
Yeah.
anything else. I want sim and realistic.
Yeah. Don't try to move the goalposts and redefine that word or those words.
Exactly.
Um, but getting into flash knockouts. Let's see. Hold on. What is this? Torsos.
Yeah, because it basically go to what we've been saying for the last couple of days. How stiff boxers, these games looking stiff. Boxers should be they should move like the boxers. Torsos
See,
move different, like Ali,
it's,
Larry Holmes, and certain boxers like Sugar Ray Leonard. He
and
moved
that's
different.
where and that's where you're gonna have to do actual motion capture, not some see what a lot of people don't they haven't seen when they're talking about motion capture stuff. They're putting VR sensors on gloves. I mean, that's technically not motion capture. You know, like you have to do a full motion capture. You're gonna have to get if you get that. Let's say give me Errol Spence. You're gonna have to get Errol Spence to actually do his motion capture. Or if you can't get Errol Spence, you're gonna have to get somebody from the gym that can do an Errol Spence.
Yeah,
But even then, you're gonna have fighters feel like the same if one person's doing all the motion capture. Because that fighter is going to bring in their flavor to every person that they're imitating. Because
so with motion, check this out. I don't mean to cut you off. With motion caption, once a person do certain movement, can't the animator like do adjustments to their movement?
yes, yes. But what I'm saying is, if I'm doing a Roy Jones, right,
Uh huh.
and then I do an Ali, and then I do a Fraser or a Foreman, in a lot of ways, it's going to be very similar because I'm me. I'm not a Roy Jones, and I'm going to bring in parts of me inside of each one of those fighters. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Like they would have to split it off. Like one person can't do too many fighters. Like
Exactly.
they would have to get other people to do other fighters.
And that's when what comes in. You get these boxing historians. If they there, they could actually say, nah, you can't do this because you're not, because the boxing historian gonna tell you if that looks like a certain fighter. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that could be put in.
Because you're gonna need that count, that person, that why is this word escaping me? A consultant. You're gonna need a consultant there that can say no, especially when motion capture and stuff like that. Because the consultant, that's all they do is watch fights and film, and they know these things,
Yeah,
so they could say, well, you're not doing exactly the way is. They're actually like directors.
a motion director,
Yes,
but with the historical knowledge of the fights and how the fighter was and reacted and moved and everything.
exactly.
And this that goes into the motion capture. Everything we're talking to goes into the shoulder rolls, uh, the flurries also. But you do have a cons. We can touch on the cons. You losing stamina, so also leave you open to counters. Yeah.
And this is something. See that when it comes to a boxer too, certain flurries doesn't take energy. Cause I remember when I was boxing, my brother taught me. He said it's certain flurries and certain punches that don't take energy. He said if you're not using body into it, you're not using energy. Like if you're doing
Right,
a
because you can flick out a jab.
yes, or you throw an arm punch. The arm punch, that's you raise your arm up. You basically pushing the person off, or giving them dancing. I mean, distance. That's not really taking energy from you. Like a flurry, if you keep a close, tight flurry, you're not using your body move. Not using your arms. You're not weighing your arms down. You're mostly using your shoulders, and the shoulder you don't take that much energy. It doesn't weigh your arms down. He said the closer you keep your flurry to your body, the less energy it takes from you. That's
Yeah,
why
eventually
Leonard
as
Leonard
rounds go
used to do
on.
that.
Yeah, eventually as rounds go on,
Yes,
then that shoulder might get tired or whatever.
yes.
But yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Was there anything that you wanted to? We're gonna have to do in part two and part four and all this
Yeah,
because
I
we're
was
gonna have
gonna
to get
say
into
that
this.
because it's some good stuff that we're saying, and it's like I say, just can't be covered in like one show.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do many series of this. Um, but was there something that's like a hot point that you wanted to get into?
Mm, my thing is it's just I want the realistic boxing game. I want fans to be proactive in reaching out to the boxers that they like. I want companies that actually listen to fans that really know what they're talking about and experience it. Because some people they're too arrogant to listen to somebody because they feel like if they put their input, it's gonna be their game. But a lot of
Yeah.
people they do things because it's a community thing. They love boxing, so they want boxing to be represented. Like even with football, they say the EA Madden, they have passionate fans, and that's okay.
Well, let's just look at FIFA.
Very passionate fans.
You know, like their ultimate team, FIFA's ultimate team. You know how much money they made?
Yeah, a lot, a
And
lot.
just like it was like I think it was month after month. They made close to it was like 800 million for just the ultimate team. And those fans are very passionate. They've made pushes of let's get Pele in the game. They need to redo Messi. You know
And it's crazy
these.
that you can see that it's money and soccer FIFA games because you got two other games and they pinching off that money too.
Yeah.
And you would be most companies would be scared, be like, oh, FIFA got this locked down. We shouldn't even try to make a game. But they making games and they getting some of that money too. They're not, scared.
And there's definitely a market for everybody,
Exactly.
and some games are not going to be as dialed in as others. But I say that, and I'm with you, that boxing fans should have a say into their this boxing game. You know, I mean, they say it's for the boxing fan, and both games that I know about have said this. And you know, we're not. Me personally, I'm not asking for these crazy things. I just want a solid game, just how you want a solid game.
Exactly.
You know, we need people need to come together, and this is what I want. I want you to go ahead and make that announcement about the how people can come together and voice everything. If you wanted to go ahead and talk about how and where they can do that.
Well, they could go. To me, they could support any boxing game that's being made, but being that I'm part of round for round on a small scale, go to round for round on Twitter. Let them know what you want. Be adamant about it. Let them know, explain, how it is. You want to implement it in the game. I have a boxing wish list site. You can go there because a lot of companies go to that site. My wish list site because I
And
actually had
the link for that will be in the description.
yeah I actually have companies that's big companies and indie companies that message me and tell me say yo you have some great ideas. They said the thing is the funding for them ideas. And I told him it's not really if you're a big company and you should know how to get money for your ideas. You
Not
know,
only that, but I mean, me, I know some ways that could be done. Coming from my background, when I was a business banker, I know ways to where things could get funded right, and people can be a part of it. But go ahead and where else could they get involved?
oh yeah, they could go on Facebook for round boxing. They have a site there. Just tell them what you want because there's gonna be a lot of get people there that's kind of negative. And my thing is you got to be patient with these companies. They're not AAA companies. I know you want more. You want them to be, because a lot of people look at these indie companies as they used to work for. They feel like they used to work for EA, and they've been working on it. Now they should have a game, but you got to realize these companies don't have AAA company money. But again, like it's been said, that there's ways for them to get money like these AAA companies.
I think that people should have a more realistic view on the indie companies about release dates, and I think the companies should have a more realistic view about release dates, about when a game's going to be ready for putting it out to the public.
Yeah, be more open and transparent. That's one of the
Yeah,
things I actually talk about. About being transparent and round for round they came out and said that the game's gonna take a little longer to come out, but a lot of people want more information than that. They want them to be a little more transparent, but you gotta realize this is a new person that's throwing his hat in the ring to make a game, and just wish for the best. You know, we ain't have a game in 12 years, so if EA's not making none, just gotta be patient and hope that this game be all that is chalked up to be. Just speak. Let them know what you want. Let companies know what you want. That's all I'm saying.
and not be crazy about it.
Yeah,
Not not
exactly.
not not just be you guys are horrible and all this. Like
And that makes people block you out, and they don't want to really pay attention to your ideas. Be realistic. Tell them. In a you could be critical, but in a way that it's not being disrespectful.
yeah,
Cause you get more out of people when you like actually tell them what you want. And a lot of people like, oh, get this is the thing that
Mayweather.
yeah, they want Mayweather, they want Deontay Wilder. That's not how getting game. I mean, making games happen. They think you just put them in the game and that's it. No, it's a process. You gotta go through
There's
them.
contracts involved.
Exactly.
There's managers, lawyers, um, likeness rights. There's a lot of things that goes into it,
Yeah, and the
especially
fans don't
just
realize
throwing
that.
a brand in the game. You got to get clearances. You got to get a lot of things.
Yeah, especially with boxers now. Boxers, they're brands. So
Hmm.
when you get them, a lot of times, and what to me, which is a smart thing, if they got a brand, you get them and their brand within the game. Tell them, all right, we get you. It should knock some of what we supposed to give you off because we putting your brand in the game too,
Yeah,
which makes sense.
which is advertisement for them.
Exactly. And
Now another. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, another thing is advertisement, and this was my idea. EA, you should be throwing me a check. I always said that companies should use advertisement in the game, but EA went overboard because they should have been boxing advertisements or the advertisement you see at the actual fight. A lot of the stuff that EA was putting in the game had nothing to do with boxing matches, or you didn't never see at fights.
Yeah, I remember the they put the cars in there.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, what the heck? Or I know they can't put beer in, it, but to me, if it has an M rating, you should be able to get a beer um sponsorship because it's adult.
Yeah.
So you put that in the middle of the ring. Because to me, anytime you put a M rating, it's almost like anything can happen. And EA, that thing was, we did the M rating for blood and stuff. It makes no sense. Why did you got to put an M rating
Well,
because it's blood?
the you have to go by the ESBR, or I think that's what they are, and PEGI guidelines from what they have laid out. I'll send you the link to the guidelines.
Uh,
And there was a little debate about the 2K. I'll touch on that on my 2K20 review. But um, you can only do so much within that rating. Like if it's rated
Because my
12
thing
and
was,
up,
I see Mortal Kombat with more blood, and I don't think it's an M rating, is it? I seen
I
games
don't
with
know.
blood in it, and there wasn't no M rating. It was teen or something like that. So their thing was, since we using the M rating, we could do the story mode. No, that's a waste of money.
But one thing I would want to say for everybody that is not aware of it, and they want to get their voice heard, there is a um, tool that you guys could use. Every phone has it, Android and Apple Store. If you guys go to uh, the marketplace there and go and download the Discord, you can be in contact and post your things. You made a Discord, and there's a Discord for boxing talk, right?
Yeah, I got one for the boxing game wish list, and we got one for the round for round.
Okay, and we will be putting the links for that in the description, so you guys can download that on your phones, and it'll be with you at all times. You guys have the ability to post ideas, even talk about boxing in general.
Mm-hmm.
All these things will be there so a boxing community can come together
Yeah.
and talk about something that we're all passionate and that we love.
Yeah,
Um,
and at some point, the developers and the CEO is going to be coming into these groups and talking to y'all because this is something that got to happen, and it will happen.
so you guys get on your phones, download Discord, and the link to the Discord will be in the description. So you guys can, there'll be a couple of them in there. So follow these links. Poe, is there anything that you want to, other than like anything personal, like your YouTube or anything?
No, cause I'm gonna build up my YouTube, but I'm not building it up right now. I'm trying to wait for more to come out with our game that we're working on, and I
Okay.
could give out more things, and in the future, hopefully we'll be at E3 or in a lot of these video games
Conferences.
conferences that's coming up. So I want my face to be out there. Hopefully they might let me be the face for America or whatever. And even though I'm not a talker, I gotta talk.
Yeah,
But
I mean, if you're trying to be the face, you got to talk.
yeah,
You got to be out there. Um, and for anybody, if you guys are not following, links for my Twitch will be in the description. Also, Twitter will be in there, and I think I might post my Instagram in there. But with all that said, guys, Poe don't go nowhere.
uh,
With all that said, we are going to call it from there, guys. We will be doing this again, um, and covering more of this wish list. Leave your guys' comments in the description about what you like to see, what you don't like to see, and address both companies. To anybody who is making a game in the boxing realm. And like, share, subscribe. You guys have a good one.
oh, hold on. I wanted to
Oh,
shout out one person, Matthew Toro. He makes YouTube videos, and he had a very extensive YouTube wish list. So check out Matthew Toro. That's one of my friends that I became friends with over the years.
okay, send me the link.
All right.
And I'll link his channel
Okay.
in there. But with that said, guys, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned because we will be doing this again. We will be doing this again because this is a very extensive list that we need to go through, and the games need to be the way we deserve. So you guys have a good one. Much love, and we out.
Peace.